Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Jet and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Jet's ability to understand and respond to his formal obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Jet's going to be coming home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, if you notice, Jet is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without biting the leash, and the command is Jet, heel.
Jet, heel.
At this point, Jet has a job to do, and that is to walk nicely next to your left leg. Not dragging you, not jumping up to bite the leash, but walking nicely like a gentleman. And each time that you stop your feet, if it's to cross the street or talk to a neighbor, he should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for his next command.
Stay.
And the stay is the next command that we're demonstrating for you. This is your sit stay. It is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home, and I do recommend that you practice indoors as well as outdoors, is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, ending up right back where they started at heel position. And then he gives him a pat for praise, and you notice Jet does not try to put his mouth on him. And they take off heeling again. And this is going to make walking Jet so much fun, and you're going to be able to go for walks with him, not have him lunging out, whipping around, biting the leash. Believe me, we've experienced it all with him, so we know what he's been doing to you. Rich leaves him in another sit stay, and again, these commands can be practiced right inside. Don't let bad weather keep you from practicing with your puppy. He needs practice with the family. And this time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to call him. This is the recall. You use his name and a happy voice, and you say, Jet, come. And he comes right in front and sits facing your knees, and that eliminates all that jumping. And if you can see, he's really, we've been working hard at no biting. If he gets a little out of control, all Rich does is use his left hand, tell him no, and give him a little tug and let go on that training collar. And you're going to be taught how to do all these things when Rich brings him home. We want him doing it for all the family. Rich is going to leave him in another sit stay and demonstrate that recall again. And you're going to lengthen out your time and your distance. Came right in, sat beautifully, and then goes back to heel, back sitting. Very good. Now the next exercises that we're going to set up for are our down commands. And these are great exercises to practice in your house. This is down from a heel position. So with Jet seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word firm command to down and then to stay. And your long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And this is a great exercise for helping to develop his self-control and maturity. When Rich returned back to him, he walked all the way around him, just as he did on the sit stay, as an additional distraction. And they will demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time for you. And you can see that Jet enjoys doing this. I mean, the tail's up, he's very focused. He needed his brain put into gear for something besides badness. So this is your down from a heel position, and then your stay. Rich can call him out of this exercise.
Jet, come.
Comes right in and sits.
No.
Now he got a little spunky, so Rich told him no. And he immediately gets right back on track. He really enjoys obedience work. this puppy can really go far with this training. Now the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. So you leave your puppy in a sit stay, and your dog should always be seated before you attempt to put him into a down.
Down.
Rich uses his right hand to give the command, and he goes down from the end of the leash. All of our commands are designed to help improve the dog's focus, maturity, self-control. It's kind of like kindergarten. Jet has done a fabulous job here at school. All the trainers love him. Thank you so much for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and Jet will be home soon.